That's your soul saying, oh.
Hello guys, thank you for joining me today for this beautiful twin flame reading. I do hope you're well and that you're staying focused, believing and trusting in what you already know. So for this reading, I've been drawn to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. I'm going to start to see what the Divine Masculine's current energy is, how they're feeling, what they're experiencing today. I'll get some communication as well from the Divine Masculines, and then I will go on to get some guidance for you Divine Feminines to see what you need to know to help you stay in that place of truth, to stay focused, to believe and trust in what you already know. So I'm going to start shuffling. If you are new, I do use the labels Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, because that's how I channel. Please don't be offended, just put it into your situation, how it resonates with you. I do realise it's just energy. And my readings are timeless, so it doesn't matter when you've clicked onto the reading. If you feel connected to me, you understand me, and the message resonates, it means it's for you. So what's going on with the Divine Masculines today? How they're feeling, what they're experiencing. Nice clear message, please. Let's see. What's going on today? The Divine Masculines. Purification. And going forwards. And the readings are just so on point at the moment, so intense, pleasure. And at the bottom of the deck we have embracing. They're embracing life, embracing themselves. They're going with that flow, allowing this purification to take place. And that is movement forwards, that is going forwards. And is going to bring so much pleasure to the Divine Masculines. And they could be experiencing so much more pleasure in their life because of this, getting rid of stuff that's no longer, serving them, and using this discernment as well, being in their power, being so aware and so conscious of how they're feeling and what's going on around them and how certain things, affect them. So they're having this purification, clearing things. They're in this energy today, really making things clear in their heads and, things that are surrounding them as well. And that's because you've been going through this purification, Divine Feminines, and you're still going through this purification. You're still learning. We still, move forwards learning. Because we are living our life so differently to how we used to. We used to just plod on and just act like robots, and we had a mask up. We were people pleasing and doing so much, giving to everybody else and putting ourselves last. You've had to completely change this around. And every action, what you're doing in your life now is coming from truth. Which does take strength and so much courage, which is purification, and this is why this is happening to the Divine Masculines. But this is, movement forwards, going forwards. And May is all about so much change and so much movement. Shifts, big shifts, life-changing. And we've got so much green coming through in this reading as well. So, that is Raphael. And it's about the Divine Masculines are in their heart space. And they have to be in their heart space to receive this pleasure. And we have the new moon, and we have a deer in this beautiful garden. Which came out in the reading that I did yesterday for the main twin flame reading. They're feeling worthy of experiencing pleasure in their life, to be happy. They haven't allowed themselves to be happy. That's why this purification had to take place, which is allowing this movement heading to where they're meant to be and where they want to be. So I'm going to use next to get some more of what the Divine Masculines are experiencing, how they're feeling today, I'm going to use in When Two Hearts Meet. I love this deck. To see what else is going on. What else is it that we need to know about the Divine Masculines today? We know they're embracing life, they're going with the flow, allowing this purification to take place, which is, you know, allowing them to move forwards, making space for the new. They're opening up and allowing themselves to feel pleasure because of these shifts. They're feeling much more worthy of happiness, to experience love in their life. What else do we need to know? Nice clear message. Obstacles. Look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness. So there could have been quite a few obstacles, you know, from your ego perspective, and from your Divine Masculines, how they used to view this relationship. There could have been quite a lot of obstacles, and they're working through this because of this purification. So that's absolutely amazing. Let go. Yeah, sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. They're letting go, which goes with purification again, and tested. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. So they're being tested today. And at the bottom of the deck is bond. A love bond grows stronger over time. So they're feeling this strong bond with you. And that's because of this purification, this shifting things that no longer serve them. They're viewing these obstacles so differently now. So they're feeling this bond is so strong. And the longer this goes on, the more intense and stronger this gets. And at times we do panic and think, oh my goodness, you know, has my Divine Masculine forgotten me? You know, we haven't seen each other for such a long time, if that's your case. No, it makes it stronger. And you've heard of the phrase, distance makes the heart grow stronger. So they're really feeling this bond. And it's getting deeper and deeper because they're seeing through these obstacles, because they're viewing life so differently, because they've changed their perception, because they've had a good clear out, and they're letting go of control. They're embracing life. They're going with the flow. And for us to go with the flow, at times we are tested to the limits. And the Divine Masculines experience that. So it could be things happening today where they're being tested. And they're having to show that they have made this commitment to self and to God, the universe, in divine timing, to see if they are going to trust in divine timing. So a lot of stuff could be being brought up for the Divine Masculines to see how they're going to, you know, how they're going to deal with those feelings. You know, there could be, it's to do with these obstacles that they thought that were in the way before. They could be really being highlighted with your Divine Masculine to see, you know, how are you going to deal with this then? Are you going to view this as an obstacle, or are you going to view this from a place of love? And the Divine Masculines do have the strength, and, you know, they have been so deep within. They found that love within to be able to cope with any test. And, you know, you could be having the same experience, Divine Feminines, where you're being tested to the limit and you're not seeing any results, you know. All it is that you know, you have this knowing and you have this feeling. That's all, you know, you're getting at the moment, which can be very testing when you've been, you know, feel like you've hit that wall and you've been bombarded with so many different emotions and different things that are going on in the physical. I feel that you are passing the test, Divine Feminines, because you have this awareness now. You're so alert of these intense energies, and when we feel these different things, you're just being the observer of yourself to manage and cope with yourself, you know, and adapting your day and adapting things to how you are feeling and putting yourself first. And this is why, you know, the readings are so positive and there's so much movement forwards with the divine masculines, these big shifts that are happening within them. Even if you can't see it, like I said, you just know that big things are happening because of what's going on within you. It's just, it's frustrating and very testing and very tiring in the 3D at times. But as I said, I feel that you've got this, and the divine masculines are showing this. So let's get some communication of what the divine masculines would love to share and express to you today. And I'm going to use the divine masculine message to the divine feminine from beautiful George to see what wants to come out. So what is it the divine masculines would love to say to the divine feminines from their true self in this energy today? What is it they would love to share and express? Nice clear message, please. Let's see. As I walk on this earth, I feel closer to you. There you go, going forwards. They can feel you. And I'm in limbo. I'm afraid that things might go wrong. And at the bottom of the deck is, I'm making a decision towards our union. Yeah, that's what happens in this preparation, is your divine masculine is, you know, making a decision towards this union. They want this union just as much as you. And they're dealing with so many things, so much at the moment. And it does make them feel like that they're in limbo. It's so overwhelming. There's so much that they want to do. They just don't know where to get started. And one of the fears, you know, that the divine masculines have been working through in this purification is that they have been afraid that things might go wrong. And that fear likes to come up and test the divine masculines at time to see how they're going to react to it. Are they going to keep staying stuck? But as you can see with the energy that's coming through, they're still moving forwards. But this is something that they've always worried about, that it's going to go wrong. They don't want this to go wrong. But they are getting more confident and comfortable with themselves, which helps them push this nasty thought, you know, the chatter in their head that goes on away. They're very aware that they have a fear that it's going to go wrong. They don't want to get hurt, and they don't want to do something wrong. You know, they're worried about getting something wrong towards you, you know, because they want this to be so perfect. And they do put pressure on themselves. And that's why it's so important that you both go in this preparation. And by going in this preparation, you know, it brings so much up within you that you deal with. And then it starts with you, because you are the spiritual leader. By you dealing with yourself, having this relationship with yourself, you're doing that for your divine masculine. And it feels like that you're so distant because you may not be in communication, but actually, you know, you are moving closer to each other because you're making your way back to who you truly are. You're making your way back home, and you're remembering who you are. So don't be fearful that your divine masculine is pushing you away, and that they don't care, and that they don't love you. You know, this preparation is showing how much they love you. This is the higher love. By you feeling what you're feeling right now is helping you deal with wounds, and you're being pushed to trust your intuition, trust in yourself, no matter what is going on in the 3D. To trust this love. You're being pushed. So they are feeling overwhelmed. They're making big decisions, and it's towards you coming back together in the physical to experience this union. But they know that they've got to create this inner union for self. They've got to create peace before they do come towards you. And with pleasure as well, because you're moving closer towards each other. This is, you know, about the divine masculines having these deep sensations, experiencing sacred love-making energy, you know, really feeling you and really wanting this intimacy, this closeness with you, because they're allowing themselves to feel this love because of purification. So they're allowing themselves to feel this pleasure. So next I'm going to use the Divine Masculine 101 from beautiful Liz to see what else your Divine Masculine would love to share and express from their true self. What is it the Divine Masculine would love to share and express to the Divine Feminines? Nice clear message, please. You make me feel safe and warm. You make them feel safe and warm. I have a file in my head that's all about you. And you turn me on so much. And you can't make that up, guys. What did I just say about what the Divine Masculines could be experiencing? I can't believe this, guys. I'm getting all the cards all... I'm dropping them everywhere. After everything I just said about the pleasure... And then we've got you turn me on so much. So they are feeling this pleasure. And at the bottom of the deck, if I can get to see, you are my world. Yeah, you are their world. No matter how long it's been, no matter what's going on, you are your Divine Masculine's world. You're everything. And that's why they have been afraid about things might go wrong. And that's why they're working with that fear. Sorting it out. And everything that's been said and done between you and your Divine Masculine, they have a file in their head. They've got it all in their head. They know exactly everything, every word that you've said and everything that's happened. And it goes over and over in their heads. And there's some things that could have happened between you and your Divine Masculine that's really standing out to them. And it's they want you to know that you make me feel safe and warm. So they're having that thought of, what it was like. It made them feel so safe and warm. Your whole being just makes them feel safe because you're a being of love. And you're so pure. You're so true. And that's why they get so afraid of it going on, because they don't want that to be taken away from them. They don't want that warmth, that safety to be taken away from them. And you turn them on so much. Everything about you, whatever you do, it just turns them on so much, and they're feeling this pleasure. They're really feeling it at the moment. And they could be opening that file in their head, the things that have happened that does turn them on. Whatever your situation, I don't know everybody's situation where you've had close intimacy and they're just thinking about it and it's turning them on, or they're just fantasizing about what it would be like to have intimacy with you. So yeah, they're feeling this pleasure and feeling turned on. So next I'm going to get a card for you, Divine Feminines, to see what you need to know right now in this moment of this reading, to give you the support and guidance. So I'm going to use the Mother Mary Oracle deck to see what's going to come out for you. It's this beautiful deck. It's so cute. So what is it the Divine Feminines need to know today? What is the guidance? What is the support that Divine Feminines need to know right now in this moment of this reading? What is it that Divine Feminines need to know? Nice clear message, please. Let's see. Oops. They're flipping everywhere, guys. I'm going to have to do that again. Let's see. That's better. So what is it the Divine Feminines need to know? Beautiful picture on the card. And it's Our Lady of Answered Prayers. Our Lady asks you to reach out to her, for there is healing within yourself and your life that can now happen through her intervention. All matters can be resolved through her grace. She knows what is happening and what is needed. Whatever comes from your heart is the most powerful prayer. Ask for her assistance and trust that your prayers are even now being answered. Beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck is Our Lady of Whispering Heart. The truest guidance is not always the loudest voice. Sometimes fear and doubt yell while love and trust speak quietly but consistently from deep within the heart. Trust in the truth of your heart, even when they seem quieter than the voice of your fear within or around you. Listen and apply the soft, steady wisdom felt within, with patience and confidence. That's beautiful, isn't it, guys? How on point is that? Because you could be in that place at the moment where, you know, you just feel this chaos and the chatter in your head just getting louder and louder. And at times you feel like you're coming away from your truth. That you aren't focusing on the love. Because everything around you isn't making any sense and it's so confusing. It's like, no, you know, which is creating this fear. So the love that's so true and so deep in your heart, you try to push away because the fear and the doubt, and those voices of fear get louder. So don't get caught up in that. Make sure that you're making time for yourself to silence that chatter and to ask for this help, this support, because your prayers will get answered. But you do have to be willing to make time for yourself, to ground yourself, to centre yourself, and to do something that you love, some kind of meditation. It doesn't have to be in the way that, you know, when we think about meditation, how we see that it can be doing whatever it is that you love to do, where you are in that present moment, where you can silence that chatter. Ask God, the angels, you know, to help you to quieten that chatter, to help you manage the fear and the doubt that we all do experience on this journey. But you do have to ask. And again, it's about you opening up for this support from God, from the universe, from the angels. Not to think that you've got to do it all yourself. That's when it all goes wrong, and that's when the voices in your head get louder and louder, and the fearful ones. Allow this love to get louder and louder. And that will happen when you ask for this help and when you trust in what you already know. Everything is working out for you. And as you can see, by what's coming through today with the Divine Masculine's energy, you've been working so hard and you've been so deep within. And you really are getting what this journey is all about, and that is having a relationship with yourself. But at times, you know, we do get overwhelmed, the same as your Divine Masculine, with the chaos within us, conflict, the arguments we're having with ourselves and with God. And that is, you know, brought to us as well when we're experiencing these intense energies. You know, we've just had the solar eclipse, new moon in Taurus. Before that, we had the full moon in Libra. And now we're getting closer and closer to the full moon in Scorpio. And that is about really releasing all negativity, which came through in one of my readings earlier this week. Make sure you look out for that full moon in Scorpio reading, because I will be doing a reading on that, and I'm very interested to see what comes out when I'm doing it as well. So thank you so much for joining me today for this beautiful twin flame reading. I hope it's helped you feel more at ease and to give you a deeper understanding of what's going on at the moment. and what energy your Divine Masculine's in, and this guidance for you has helped you. If any of you guys would like any extra support, I am offering this private membership where you do get more in-depth DM to DF readings, and you do get the opportunity once a month of the membership to be gifted a 45-minute private reading. So all the information about the membership is in the description box down below, and the price. And if any of you guys would like a private reading for a clearer message for your beautiful, unique twin flame journey, just email me. It's in the description box down below, and I can book you in. And how I do my readings and the prices is also in the description box down below. So thank you so much for the love and support that you give me, guys. It means the world. And I'm sending you so much love, my support, my strength and light. And I love you all so very much. See ya.
What's your soul saying?